Perfect day for hoops in downtown Milwaukee on National Marquette Day as the number 7 Marquette Golden Eagles are back at Fiserv Forum against the St. John's Red Storms. Red Storm, they need this one in a bad way, sitting at 6-6 in the conference. Take a look at our comprehensive standings in the Big East as well. UConn winners already today. They've won 12 consecutive ball games. Marquette right on their heels, as well as Seton Hall. Hi again, everybody. Along with Alfonso Ellis, Jeff Levering with you. Thanks for being with us today. Packed house today. Marquette has won 6 consecutive ball games, and Tyler Kolek has been his amazing self.
Yeah, the reigning Big East Player of the Year has been absolutely sensational. 25 points per game over his last 2, including 32 he dropped on Villanova, 5 of 8 from 3. For them to win this game, he's not only have to score for himself, but create opportunities for his teammates as well.
Take a look at our starting lineups. They are brought to you by Jeep. There is only one. We talk about the guard and Tyler Kolek, but the bigs that we are going to see in this ball game, Joel Soriano, also Iguodaro. That is going to be an awesome matchup.
Joel Soriano leads the Big East in double-doubles. He'll be matched up against Oso Iguodaro, the best passing big man in the nation.
We are ready to tip things off in Milwaukee. It is another great day for hoops. This was a matchup 3 weeks ago that Marquette took down St. John's in New York by just 1 point. The last 3 games have been decided by no more than 2 points. Should be a great one. And Soriano, Iguodaro set to tip it off. Soriano wins the tip. And St. John's trying to get their offense on track early in this one.
Stevie Mitchell, number 4 in goal, the best perimeter defensive player on Marquette's team, is matched up against Davis Jenkins, who's going to have to be really good with the basketball today.
It's such a great defensive Marquette team. St. John's going to have their head on a swivel. Get it into the corner. Ledlam kicks it out. Jenkins for 3, no good. Rebound by Ledlam, and St. John's has a 2-0 lead.
And that's where St. John's crushed them in their last meeting. 16 offensive rebounds that they converted to 12 points. Marquette's going to have to shore up that part of the game if they hope to beat the team in red.
Average almost 15 offensive rebounds a game does St. John's. Come out in his zone. Kolek knifing through, kicks it out. Jones, ball fake, 3-ball. Got it. Marquette answers with a 3.
37% from 3 is Cam Jones.
And Joplin comes away with a steal. First turnover for St. John's. Marquette having Cam Jones back and operating at full capacity. There's another 3 off the mark. Soriano altered the shot. Jones thought he got fouled. Ledlam tries his hand at a 3, and that rattles in and out. And St. John's made 15 threes against DePaul last time out. The program record in Big East games. Also, Iguodaro had it blocked.
Gotta have your track shoes on tonight. Both of these teams love to get up and down.
And Shaka Smart loves this Eagles team to fly.
Soriano's got a mismatch inside. He's got to get the basketball. He's got to want it too.
Stevie Mitchell poked it away. There's a 3 in the corner, too strong.
Those mismatches, because of the way Marquette likes to switch actions, particularly in late clock situations. Soriano will have a little one on him. That ball's got to find him. 3
straight empty possessions for St. John's. As Joplin backing down, goes to the right hand. A timeout used by Rick Pitino early. Doesn't like what he sees on the defensive end from St. John's. They worked on that tirelessly during shoot-around today.
They really did, and they wanted to expose those mismatches that they have on the offensive end against the smaller guards of Marquette. Haven't been able to find Soriano, and the dribble drives is what really hurt them in their last game. 55 of their 78 points came in the painted area.
Well, for Shaka Smart, his Marquette Golden Eagles, winners of 6 in a row, had a couple of setbacks early in conference play, especially on the road. But this is a place at Fiserv Forum where they have dominated.
Well, when you have a crowd that shows up in an NBA stadium that's jam-packed, creates a great atmosphere to be able to do it.
26-2 in the last 2 years in this building. Lost just once this year. That was against Butler. And once last season, 16-1 a year ago at Fiserv Forum. 1 loss in overtime against Wisconsin. And Shaka Smart has his program rolling. Quick timeout from Rick Pitino. Some pressure, and it will be St. John's ball. Stevie Mitchell lighten up Jenkins.
And shoot around today, Marquette wanted to take Danis Jenkins out of this game. And so when he gives the basketball up, they're going to prevent him from giving it back. So now the wings and guards like Dingle are going to have to bring the basketball up the floor and initiate the offense.
Dingle, the Penn transfer. It's a brand new team than the St. John's squad from a year ago. Only Soriano and a handful of others returned. He didn't get a lot of playing time last year. Jenkins lost it on the way up. It's going to be out of bounds in St. John's basketball with 11 on the shot clock. Every time Jenkins touches the basketball, 2 or 3 Golden Eagles are flying at him.
Folks, look how many players are around him. Now, he's got to be strong with the basketball, because if you have 3 or 4 guys around you, that means the 3 or 4 guys are open, and he's got to be able to find those guys, and they'll be able to get some easy looks from the weak side.
And we're going to get a kick violation. So rather than 10 seconds on the shot clock, it goes back up to 20. So St. John's bought 10 more seconds. Off of a foot and into the hands of Tyler Kolek. Up ahead to Oso Ighodaro. Run on the floor. Ighodaro missed the layup, but a foul was called. Tyler Kolek, as good as it gets, passing the rock.
When you turn that basketball over and take an ill-advised shot, they're so good with the advanced pass. That one right there on the money, and it surely helps when you got a big guy like Oso Ighodaro at 6'11" who can run the floor like a deer.
Oso's been amazing during this winning streak for Marquette, and even going a couple of games before that. Last 8, averaging almost 17 a game and over 8 rebounds.
Yeah, and even against that last game against St. John's, he's really good. 17 points, 5 rebounds, including 3 offensive rebounds to go along with 2 assists and 3 blocks.
Fills up that stat sheet.
Yes, he
night
does.
in and night out. It's a fun matchup to watch. Mitchell on Jenkins.
There's that switch we talked about.
Jenkins left open for 3. Little indecision on Ighodaro on whether to switch or not. Yeah. Mitchell got lost.
Shouldn't be any indecision there. 19 points per game over his last 3. He's shooting 9 of 18 from 3 over that stretch.
We'll give and go with Ighodaro. Smooth as silk.
Well, whether it's the dribble handoff, pick and roll, no one better in the country at the center position than Oso Ighodaro. He's so good in those short roll situations.
Ludland's got some size on Kolek on that matchup. Soriano. And Jenkins trying to find a seam. Jenkins no good. Soriano second opportunity. And from the baseline, Jenkins 2 straight buckets.
Yeah, the offensive glass has been really good for St. John's here early in this game. They now have 2 buckets off of offensive rebounds. Got to continue to attack the glass against a Marquette team that's not a great defensive rebounding team.
Out of bounds, it'll stay with Marquette. How about this pass for Marquette?
Little screen there, and also Ighodaro cleared early, and what a beautiful pocket pass from Tyler Kolek. He's a magician with the basketball. Leads the Big East in assists at 7 a game.
Averaging almost 10 assists a game during this 6-game winning streak. Jones had it tipped out, and it's going to be St. John's basketball, just off the fingertips of Cam Jones.
Rick Pitino's been in this game for a long time and wisely called that timeout to have his team reset and just relax a little bit. Since then, they've been so active with their hands on the defensive end.
Naheem Aline on the floor for the first time for St. John's, giving Jordan Dingle a rest. Lewis in the paint trying to find space, doesn't have any.
And we've gone almost 5 game minutes, and Soriano has not touched the ball in the context of the offense. He's got to get a touch.
For Soriano, he's been nothing but at the top of the key, basically, as Kolek goes to the right hand and too much mustard. Chase Ross on the floor for Marquette, replacing Stevie Mitchell. Lewis again trying to penetrate, got the roll. St. John's has the lead.
Yeah, that's big. R.J. Lewis was terrific the last time these 2 teams played. He had 20 points in that game. They're going to need him to be able to score from the wing position to loosen up that Marquette defense.
Played just 9 minutes against DePaul, had 2 points and 4 fouls. Jones left open for 3. Off the mark, hit his first. He's missed his last two.
Yeah, Iguodaro missed an opportunity because when he caught that ball at the foul line, if he would have just turned to face the rim, there was no one guarding him.
And we're going to travel on Lewis. St. John's with a 1-point lead on the road, a game they must have. FS1 College Hoops, sponsored by Jeep. There is only one. The great Al McGuire. Every time St. John's and Marquette play in Milwaukee, it's Al McGuire Day. So that's what it is. McGuire playing 3 years at St. John's, and of course, Hall of Fame coach at Marquette. Won the national title in 1977. Today, National Marquette Day. And when you mention the name Al McGuire, it is nothing but sunshine, rainbows. Just a great person to try and recognize.
I see what you did there, and he's certainly worthy of it. Al McGuire used to call my games when I was at the University of Notre Dame. I used to love his tight and concise analysis, and he was a absolutely terrific analyst.
Well, today, National Marquette Day. Used to be better known as Spirit Day back in the 1960s, but it's National Marquette Day since 1992. Alums in 50 different locations, including Puerto Rico and Paris.
Wow.
So bonjour to all of our folks
I love it.
in Paris watching along.
Jay Crowder sitting over there.
That's right. Jay Crowder, Milwaukee Bucks. Steve Novak back there. Trying to check out the stats.
Yeah.
Kolek up and under.
His poise and patience when he's inside of tight areas, then the ability to be able to either find shot or find people, extraordinary.
Kolek had 17 points and 8 assists. Marquette hasn't played in a week. Is that 3 falls for Lewis?
Yeah, that's big. We talked about earlier how good Lewis was in this first game. He's got to be able to make shots and attack the painted area to create opportunities for himself and his teammates to get this win on the road.
Ben Gold on the floor, giving Joplin a bit of a break. So you got Gold and Iguodaro on the floor at the same time. Cam Jones and a whistle. He will shoot 3 free throws.
Folks, Tyler Kolek is a whiz, especially when he gets to that left hand. He's so poised and patient when he gets into tight areas and able to get that one up and in on the weak side. And R.J. Lewis has been absolutely terrific to start this game. We saw him finish with a nice little step through and a finish with the left hand at the rim and showing his ability to knock down the 3 ball as well.
Cam Jones, who was fouled on the 3, gets 3 free throws. He doesn't go to the line all that much. 71% on the season, 35 total attempts.
He's 12 of 55 from 3, really struggling over 8 games, but has really found the range. 8 of 10 from 3 over his last 2. And they need number 1 in goal to be able to knock down perimeter shots, which opens up the lane for dribble penetration for Kolek.
We saw Ledlum check out. Drisa Traore in for St. John's. And Zayd Lowry in the ball game for Marquette. 3 free throws for Cam Jones to give Marquette the 1-point lead.
Yeah, full court pressure here coming from Marquette. And as you can see here early, folks, when Danish Jenkins gives up the basketball, number 5 in red, they are not allowing him to get it back. They feel that that will make their offensive attack a little less efficient if they can keep it out of his hands.
Lewis trying a little shake and bake, nearly lost it, able to hang with it and score. It's a great play by Lewis.
Recognized he had Ben Gold on him and thought he could take him off the dribble, and he did.
There's Gold for 3. That's his game.
That's a big 3 from him. He was 6 of 11 over 3 games, but 1 of 7 over his last 2. That's a big confidence booster there.
32% on the season from the Kiwi from New Zealand. There's a 3. Naheem Aline too strong. Jenkins, another opportunity. Aline cranks it up one more time. 3rd opportunity. Finally, toilet bowls its way in for Ejiofor.
Very, very good. St. John's has been so good on the offensive glass now. That's their 3rd bucket that they've been able to score off of misses.
4 offensive rebounds in the game as Ross put it on the deck. Now to Gold again and an air ball, but there to gather and and it was rejected on the back end by Traore. Some ill intentions from Lowry on a potential dunk, but blocked. And Lewis goes up and gets two more. St. John's back out in front.
Yeah, R.J. Lewis gives them a different dimension when he can get going on the offensive end.
And Kolek leading just a bit too much. How about this block for St. John's?
Yeah, coach talked about making quick decisions, and it was quick decisions there by St. John's coming up with the block. And I like when they can get out in transition, recognizing that Ben Gold is a mismatch for R.J. Lewis. He puts it on the deck, a little drop step and finish at the rim. He's been terrific here early for St. John's with 7 points in this game.
There's 2 turnovers for Marquette. St. John's a little sloppy early, but they have really tightened it up. Lewis having a really nice game thus far. 9 points for Lewis. You knew Marquette was going to take away Jenkins. Who was going to be that member of the Johnnies who's going to step up? Ejiofor able to throw it down.
I love that one because anytime the bigs are in the lane, Marquette's going to front it. And so if you can get to that high-low pass, you can get that one all night long. Well executed by St. John's.
Inside, Iguodaro taps it back out. He threw it away, and Cam Jones got hit in the back of the neck. How about Zuby Ejiofor? Quality minutes for him off the bench for St. John's.
Ejiofor is the Energizer Bunny. Recognized a little mismatch underneath, able to throw it up top. St. John's up 4 on the road.
Tonight on Fox Primetime Hoops, 2 rivals collide as Indiana takes on the reigning player of the year in Zach Edey, second-ranked Purdue. It all tips off tonight at 8 Eastern on Fox Primetime Hoops. Well, I'd say Zach Edey's having quite the follow-up season to this National Player of the Year award from a year ago, eh?
No question about it. And the only thing they struggled with last year was the inability to be able to knock down the 3-ball consistently, especially late in the season and going into the NCAA tournament. That has not been a factor so far. And they've looked every bit of not only a potential Final Four team, but a potential national championship team as well.
That Purdue team is loaded in a year more seasoning as well for all those freshmen that were on the team a year ago. So Tyler Kolek sits down to start this under 12 segment for Marquette. St. John's up by 4. Getting a nice contribution from the bench. Sean Conway on the floor for the first time for St. John's.
Ooh, Ejiofor's open. Get it to him. 24 in red in the paint.
Had the mismatch, missed him. Play clock winding down. Conway followed his shot. Fresh 20. There's Jenkins for 3. Off the heel and into the hands of Ross.
Missed opportunity for St. John's there with that mismatch inside with Zuby Ejiofor.
Iguodaro initiating, missed the layup. Good contest from Traore. Jenkins in transition. Ejiofor comes away with the loose ball, blocked on the backside by Iguodaro. Another 3. That's Dingle who lights it up.
It's been the Marquette's inability to control their defensive backboard that has gotten St. John's some really nice looks at the basket. That's 9 points now off of offensive rebounds for the Red Storm.
And a 9-0 scoring run as Mitchell had it taken away. Dingle on offense, now Dingle on defense, and Mitchell a little banged up on the backside. Here's a 3 by Conway, and the Red Storm alive and well on the road. Timeout Marquette as Stevie Mitchell still feeling the effects of that steal on the other end. 10-point lead for St. John's. Should say 9-point lead for St. John's.
They've been active with their hands on the defensive end, and on the offensive end, they have absolutely controlled the offensive glass that have led to some 3-point opportunities. Now active hands on the floor by Dingle. Jenkins is on the push, and now an opportunity to flip that thing across the court, and Conway, who Coach Pitino said he was going to give some minutes tonight because of his ability to be able to knock down the 3, and he drills one from the corner.
Well, for Conway, the transfer from VMI can fill it up with the best of them. And Marquette has just had a really tough time finding it offensively, and a very quick break for Tyler Kolek. He is back on the floor.
The difference is between this game and last game, where Marquette was able to dominate the paint, especially off the dribble. St. John's is doing a really nice job. One pass away, the stunt guy is taking away any of those open opportunities for Marquette to get dribble penetration. They've been really good in that phase of the game so far. A little 2-3 zone here from St. John's. Got to get that ball in the middle of the floor or to the painted area.
Trey Norman checks in for Marquette. Ross driving. Ross
love it.
Gets it off to Iguodaro for 2. Snaps that scoreless streak for Marquette. Ross almost coming away with a steal. Jenkins tripped him up into the corner. Ledlam lets it fly for 3 more.
Yeah, Coach Pitino told me this morning that he didn't think, especially when they played them last time, that they had shot enough threes. As over the last 2 or 3 games, they've shot way more threes than they have in the past. They've shot 40 against DePaul.
And made 15 of them. There's Kolek for 3 on the other end. Not to be. There's an offensive rebound. Put back, no good. Nobody was there around Chase Ross, and he missed the layup. And we're going to get a foul away from the basketball.
Folks, when you're playing against a 2-3 zone, you want to try to get that basketball to the middle of the floor, either off the dribble, off the pass. That time off the dribble, a beautiful pass underneath and a finish inside. And I love the extra pass because you can catch teams that aren't able to get back and matched up. St. John's able to take advantage in transition. Nice 3 from the corner by Chris Ledlam.
Ledlam coming in shooting just 30%. Definitely a threat out there. Soriano's on the floor for the first time in a while for St. John's. And this run offensively started with him on the bench.
He's got to bring the same kind of energy that Zuby Ejiofor brought while he was on the floor.
Joplin trying to find space. Joplin in the paint.
Yeah, R.J. Lewis didn't have the right angle, had his gate open to the baseline, and he did a really nice job of attacking to that area. Joplin more of a jump shooter, but looked pretty good on that drive.
He did. Ledlam sees the double. There's a lean for 3 in the southpaw. Tickles the twine.
Wow, they're now 5 of 11 from the 3-point line here in the first half.
There's a 3. And Trey Norman just 2 out of 16 on the season now from beyond the arc. Ledlam kicks it out, a lean. Good catch. Tapped away. Norman creates the steal.
Yeah, Lean tried to make a bounce pass. That ball's got to go high to Soriano's right hand.
Kolek got tripped up. Joplin now into the paint. Good layup for David Joplin.
He's done a really nice job of seeing where the angles are to the basket and attacking. That's 2 straight layups for Joplin. 3-2 zone here for Marquette. Same way, ball's got to get to the middle of the floor.
Ledlam layup and 1. Ledlam getting it done in the paint, also getting it done from beyond the arc.
The ball has been hot and moving, and St. John's has been getting some beautiful wide open threes. 5 of 11 from 3 for the Red Storm.
11-point lead on the road for St. John's, trying to pull off the upset against number 7 Marquette. How about 9 early points from R.J. Lewis?
Yeah, he's been aggressive. His season high is against Marquette. He had 20 in their last meeting, and he's been so poised when he's been able to get into the painted area, finishing with his right and left hands. And Coach Pitino's wanted his team overall to take more threes. R.J. Lewis shot that one with a lot of confidence, and this is where I love him. Wiry, bouncy, does so many different things, and he is the future for St. John's. Is going to be a terrific player, and we're seeing it tonight.
Has yet to miss a shot. He's been all over the place on the offensive end. And checks back in for St. John's. Kind of the story right there. St. John's knocking down 5 of 11 from 3, just 2 for 7 for Marquette. Hey, think about Marquette, and the first thing that comes to your mind is they're going to shoot a bunch of threes.
Yep.
But a lot of their damage comes in the paint, quick drives. They just haven't done that so far this evening. St. John's done a nice job sealing off the paint.
They've done a really nice job of keeping the basketball in front. I like this one. If he can get a double team, he can kick for an open three.
Jones drives, kicks to Ross for three from the wing.
Yep.
Buries it.
Chase Ross was out there 1 hour before anyone showed up, getting shots up like that one. And he shot it with a lot of confidence, and that's exactly what happens when you put your work in.
Single digits now for Marquette. Deficit is 9. Soriano's doing yeoman's work on the screen game in this possession.
Yeah.
Get to the outside. Jenkins too strong. Ledlam another offensive rebound.
Marquette's getting crushed on the offensive glass here early.
Turns into a 3 from Naheem Aline.
That's 12 points now off of offensive rebounds.
Basketball will stay with Marquette. 7 offensive rebounds for St. John's. $12-point lead for the Johnnies, and again, second chance opportunities killing Marquette. Good ball fake. Jones leans in and got the roll.
How many of those have we seen here in the first half?
St. John's shooting nearly 60% in this first half.
Soriano's doing a nice job of sealing. I'd love to see him get a touch inside.
There goes Lewis again for 3 short.
Marquette's got to speed this game up and look for early pushes. Their guys got to run for threes, and if they don't have it, try to attack the gap.
We welcome everybody watching that double overtime thriller between Maryland and Ohio State with LaFonso Ellis, Jeff Levering with you from Milwaukee. St. John's has come out and blitzed Marquette with a bevy of threes. 6 out of 14 so far. Jones tries to answer and short. He hit his first one, hasn't hit one since.
St. John's been able to knock down 6 threes, 18 points, and they've been able to dominate the offensive glass where they have 12 second chance points. That's been the story of the game.
R.J. Lewis, it wouldn't fall for him, ends up in the hands of Iguodaro. Kolek trying to get a little contact, knocked out of bounds by Jenkins. Well, if you're just joining us now, again earlier, how about this? Cam Jones, once, twice, and finally through.
And they needed to be able to put that basketball on the deck to try to get some action in the painted area, because St. John's has done a terrific job of keeping the basketball in front, keeping their defense out of rotations, and that's really put Marquette in a tough situation on the offensive end. They've not been able to create any easy offense in this game so far.
Tough inbound position for Kolek. Joplin left alone, 3-ball, got it.
Cannot leave David Joplin. He's averaging 11 points on the year, but 16 points a game over his last 5, shooting 49% from 3. Crowd's trying to energize the home team.
Jenkins on the drive, quiets the crowd. Off the foot of Tyler Kolek, and here come the Red Storm again. A mismatch down low. Finally, Kolek able to get off of Ejiofor.
St. John's doing a beautiful job of moving that basketball side to side. Putting a lot of pressure on that Marquette defense.
Jenkins for 3. They got another one. 7 threes in the first half for St. John's.
7 of 15 from 3. Coach Pitino's wanted them to shoot more threes, and they've stepped up and made them here tonight.
And for Iguodaro, maybe a bit out of his range with that little floater just inside that free throw line. Jenkins with 10, Lewis with 9, Ledlam has 8 for St. John's. There's a 3. This time not to be, and two Golden Eagles fight for the rebound. Kolek comes away with it.
I'd like to see Marquette play a little faster, but be better with the basketball.
Shaka Smart less than pleased with that pass from Tyler Kolek. Very uncharacteristic from Kolek. 7 first-half turnovers for Marquette. Foul away from the basketball, and St. John's up a dozen on the road. Those of you watching us on FS2, join us the rest of the way on FS1. But man, St. John's on a roll. In this first half, got a lot going on. Got our State Farm halftime show coming up. Rob Stone, Donnie Marshall, Laval Jordan standing by. Big day of college hoops, not just in the Big East, but all over the country. See if Marquette can get a defensive stand with 1 on the shot clock. It wouldn't go. Battling for another offensive rebound. There's Ledlum. Jenkins from the corner hits another 3.
Another 3 off an offensive rebound for St. John's. That's 8 made threes in this game so far.
45 points in this first half. And Marquette doesn't know what hit him. Gold now tries to answer and does. Second 3 of the half for Ben Gold.
It's a big 3 for him. He was 6 of 11 from 3 over 2 games, but 1 of 7 over the last 2. They need him to be able to make perimeter shots to open up dribble lanes for Marquette to be able to attack. They've not been able to do it with any consistency thanks to the St. John's defense so far.
Edge of 4, able to get it out to Conway. Inside now, Ledlum. Good wall up, but another offensive rebound, and finally Gold able to control the rebound. That's what makes this St. John's team so scary. Their ability to rebound. Second chance opportunities as Cam Jones makes it a 10-point game.
It's one of the few opportunities that Marquette's been able to attack St. John's off the bounce. Well done by Cam Jones.
Dingle just outside the free throw line, short. And it's going to be Marquette basketball. Threes are falling for both teams now, last couple of possessions.
Yeah, Ledlum was able to find Jenkins relocating to the corner area, and a little ball reversal. Ben Gold loves to line it up behind the three-point line. Now 2 of 3 from 3 in this game for the big man.
1:07 to go. Marquette trailing by 10. Jenkins with a game high in this one.
Nice.
Iguodaro down low trying to find some space. Soriano fouled him. And a little elbow rubbing between Soriano and Iguodaro.
Yeah, he's going to get a technical for the push.
Oh, now both teams getting a little fired up. Technical foul assessed. Soriano has not done much in this ball game. No points, 1 shot, 4 rebounds. There's the foul, and right, see a little hand there, and then a shoulder, and then a push. Stevie Mitchell and Ledlum going nose to nose.
Just having a little friendly conversation down there. That's all, but he will get a technical foul call, and that's the right call.
There's not a lot there, but that may be a precursor of things to come. And don't forget, Jeep halftime show coming up. First half stats, tell you all the trends.
Pretty much just screening and looking to offensive rebound the basketball, but there have been those times where he's had a mismatch inside, and the Johnny's guards just have not been able to find him inside.
It's the second miss from the free throw line for Marquette. They're 4 of 6. Both misses coming from Iguodaro. They missed them both. Gold taps it out, but into the hands of Dingle. A chance to cut it into single digits. Not to be on that possession. Jumper leaning in, no good. Offensive rebound again. Another one for St. John's. They've got 10 of them. Hanging and hitting is Lewis. Lewis in double figures.
Now 17 second chance points in this first half for St. John's. Really a continuation of what they did in the first game. They had 16 offensive rebounds against Marquette in the first meeting.
No second chance points for Marquette. Iguodaro triple teamed. Finds Kolek. Shot clock off. Buries the three as time expires in the first half. Marquette needed it to make it a 9-point game going into halftime.
They needed something, and they call it the beer can aptly. And I love young entrepreneurs and the opportunity to be able to have undergraduate entrepreneur opportunities. I have a son who's been running a clothing business, a pretty successful clothing business that he started in college. I'd love to see these great opportunities for young undergraduate entrepreneurs. They are killing it with the beer can.
Yeah, limited release. It just released today. Running these at the local breweries. Broken Bat Brewing Company, Gathering Place Brewing Company, Good City Brewing in Milwaukee, all outstanding. And you can get the limited edition, the beer can cream ale.
Yeah. And folks, generally this is a G-rated broadcast, but I had to appeal to my 21 and over audience who drink responsibly. And man, the kids have done this beautifully.
Yeah, they have. Stevie Mitchell tries his hand at three. Also Iguodaro with a second chance opportunity. Now Kolek for three. First second chance points of the game for Marquette.
Yeah, and at the end, as we were going into halftime, we said Tyler Kolek had to get going. He had 6 assists in the first half, but only 5 points. He's got to get back to what he's been doing over the last couple games, where he's been averaging about 25 points per game.
Yes, we just had to start talking about beer, right?
Yes.
Who knows? The cans are unopened. It's still G-rated.
Yes. The thing I love about the students are involved in every single aspect of it, from the market research all the way to the distribution.
Really interesting. Rick Pitino not going with Soriano to start the second half. Ojefor is on the floor to start for St. John's. Lewis over to Ledlum, and he's fouled to go to the line.
Well, Zuby Ejiofor, the transfer from Kansas, number 24 in red, gives them such great energy. And Tyler Kolek able to line up and knock down the three. He's got to get going in the second half. They're going to be able to get back in this game. But Zuby Ejiofor gives them a tremendous lift off the bench because of his energy. He was active on the offensive glass, running the floor. You can post him as well. I can understand why Coach Pitino would make that move.
Well, for St. John's, they hit they hit 8 threes in that first half. Ties their season high in any half, and I don't know how anybody shoots with the inflatable folks in the stands. How does anybody shoot free throws with that?
Right? I'm having a hard time calling the game with that thing in the background.
A wacky inflatable guy. One out of 2 for Ledlum. Went from a basketball game to a used car lot pretty quickly.
Right?
Here's Joplin for 3. Ledlum pulls down another rebound.
I love the early push. I think St. John's got to do this a lot more.
And that one drops. Another 3. 9 threes in the game for St. John's. Touch pass to Mitchell in the corner, and he answers.
All of that created off that middle ball screen. The low side guard has to step up and help, and it leaves that strong side corner wide open. Nice execution by Marquette on that possession.
There's another 3. Dingle short that time. Another offensive rebound. Ejiofor. Dingle fires again from 3 off the mark. Joplin trying to corral. It's out of bounds off of St. John's.
And folks, I love the early push from St. John's because you can catch a really good defensive team, flat-footed, not organized in transition, able to knock down that 3, and then Marquette comes right back with a little middle ball screen, forcing the low side guard to have to step up, swung it to the corner, and able to knock down that 3. I think Marquette's got to do a lot more in the middle ball screens with also Iguodaro, number 13 in gold, and Tyler Kolek, number 11 in gold. They've been able to get some good offense out of it.
5 points, 5 rebounds for Iguodaro in that first half. A guy who over the last 8 has been averaging almost 17 a game.
There it is.
We'll give and go to Iguodaro, able to try and hang on to it. It's going to be timeout St. John's. 2.5 minutes nearly gone by in this second half. Don't take a break. Shots are flying here at Fiserv. As Tyler Kolek and company try and figure themselves out here against St. John's. Still plenty of time. See if they can ratchet up a little defensive pressure. Still no Joel Soriano. Mitchell tries to get the steal, and it'll be out of bounds. St. John's turns it over. Turnover number 5.
Danius Jenkins, number 5 in red, has given his teammate Chris Ledlam an earful for turning that basketball over. St. John's back in that 2-3 zone.
Now Kolek for 3. Turns the turnover into 3.
We said number 11 in gold had to get going. That's 2 threes here in the second half. He's got to be able to score the basketball as well as creating opportunities for his teammates. Looks like he's up for the task so far.
Lewis for 3. Another offensive rebound by Ledlam.
Ejiofor's got a small one inside. He's got to get the basketball. 24 in red.
Lewis nearly had his pocket pick. Now into the corner. Touch pass out to Dingle for 3. Short. Iguodaro keeps it alive. Kolek's had the hot hand from Marquette in the second half. There's Kolek. Got another one. Tyler Kolek putting the Golden Eagles on their back. They have not led in this game since it was 16-14.
Joel Soriano, number 11 is red, is back in this game. He has yet to score a bucket. They've got to get him going on the offensive end if they're hoping to pull off the upset on the road.
Lewis driving, kicking into the corner. Jenkins for 3 with a huge answer for St. John's.
How about the shot fake right there? Sidestep to elude the defender to create some open area to get that shot off. Impressive by Danius Jenkins. That's now 10 made threes in this game for a team that only averages 7 per game.
Picked up right where they left off is Kolek. Unabated right to the rim.
I love an aggressive Tyler Kolek. Ledlam's got a mismatch inside. That ball's got to see number 8. Go quick.
Backing down on Kolek. Forced a tough shot. Chance to tire take the lead for Kolek into the corner. Joplin wide open 3. Marquette out in front again. Aline able to hit a big 3. Naheem Aline, who has been pretty quiet for St. John's over the course of the year. Kolek on the other end couldn't answer. Had a pretty good look. Around 3 Golden Eagles. Foul is on Mitchell. Tyler Kolek right in your living room.
Yeah, I just love when he's more aggressive and hunting his shots, because in doing so, he'll be able to do just this. Get in the gap, draw several defenders, and find open guys like Joplin, who's been white hot over the last 5 games. 49% from 3. Just ring me up when you're ready, Jeff Levering.
Call me maybe.
Yes, sir.
Joplin, the Milwaukee kid.
Nice.
Nice touch inside by Drisa Traore.
That little back screen action there created that wide open layup for Traore.
Push pass into the corner. Mitchell for 3. That's been the hot corner.
And we talked about Marquette running more ball screen actions with Iguodala and Kolek. That three was a result of that.
Tapped away. Joplin's got it. Trying to keep it alive, and a held basketball will be St. John's ball. I tell you what, Tyler Kolek, this touch pass into the corner, it works.
Look at this little ball screen action here. He's able to get in the gap, and that draws the weak side defender to the middle of the floor, and he's got a long run to try to catch up to that three-point shooter in the corner, and Stevie Mitchell aptly knocks that three down.
Officials going to take a look at what the shot clock will be. Change of possession. Again,
that same play. Ben Gold did a really nice job of defending against it. Number 12 in Gold.
Go up top, Soriano. Can't make the bunny.
Yeah, he's got to dunk that one. And he's 6'11" with a little bounce to him, and he's capable of it.
Kolek going right at Soriano. No foul call. A lot of body there.
It's a good no call. He created the contact.
Soriano finally in the score column, his first points of the game.
And that should get him going. Leads the Big East in double-doubles, and to come away with this upset win, he's got to be extraordinary for them here to close out this game.
Two-man game with Kolek and Gold, and Kolek with a chance to tie.
That is terrific recognition by the St. John's Red Storm to recognize that Tyler Kolek had a smaller big guarding him, threw it right back to him, and he just accelerated before Soriano could even get proper defensive position, able to draw that contact and an opportunity for an and one.
Gave him the continuation. Bench loves it. Jay Crowder was going nuts underneath the bucket as well.
It's a high IQ play by a high IQ guy on the line right now.
Missed the free throw. Kolek 88% from the free throw line, unable to convert on the three-point play.
St. John's has got to attack. Once they break that pressure, they've got to attack it to score. They're content with just grabbing and putting it out. But now all of a sudden you can't get to the second and third side of the floor because you only have 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Glenn Taylor on the floor for the first time for St. John's.
Nice cut by Naheem Ali.
As the shot clock was expiring, another offensive rebound. Edge of four and a whistle. Kept battling. Didn't hear the whistle with this raucous crowd. Ejiofor has been an animal on the offensive glass. 7
rebounds in this game for Ejiofor. Several of them coming off the offensive glass. He's an Energizer Bunny coming off the bench. The Kansas transfer gives them such great energy. Terrific screener, floor runner. He's got good hands. He's a good passer. Coach Pitino talked this morning about making him a power forward going into next year. He'll be able to handle that responsibility quite well.
So much fun watching him during shoot-around today. He got so upset when there was a foul called on him on the other side. They wanted to continue on playing, and Ejiofor goes, no, that's not a foul. And Rick Pitino yelled at him and said, we're not keeping stats. Hey, LaFonso, you want to get in here? It was great. It was a great moment.
He called my name. I took a couple steps toward the floor. I think I was ready to go. Would have pulled a hammy by the time I got to the foul line, but I was ready.
My hammy got tight for you. You see the rebound discrepancy. St. John's crushing Marquette on the glass. Mitchell hit the deck, no call. Gold in the corner, gives it back up to Kolek. Kolek driving, able to get it to Mitchell. How did he wrap it around?
Wow. I call him a magician for a reason. That pass was incredible.
How are his feet not on the ground? Woo. 9 assists for Kolek. Now the 3 by Jenkins, no good. Out of bounds off of St. John's. Timeout, you talk about magician. How about Kolek wearing his top hat?
And folks, this is absolutely incredible. And it comes from knowing where your players go.
Kolek has taken over offensively in the second half.
And he's needed to get them back in this game.
Marquette led very briefly in the second half. St. John's is led by as many as 15. Mitchell had it rejected and into the front row, right behind the cheerleaders.
Yeah, the fans are upset about all the body contact, but as a big, you're allowed to go vertical if you're inside of the restricted area. And Zuby Ejiofor is doing exactly the way it's defined. So I know there's a lot of contact there, but that's a legal play by Ejiofor.
Mitchell heads to the bench. Cam Jones checks back in for Marquette.
Cam Jones had a really good first half. He had 10. See if they can get him going here.
You got to get going. 4 on the shot clock. Jones sees it. His 3, too strong. Tie up and a shot clock violation.
Marquette back in that full court pressure here. And if they're going to trap it, once St. John's gets the ball over half court, no, it's just for show. I was going to say, once they get over half court, they got to look to attack it to score.
Jenkins trying to shake and bake on Ross. Jenkins, the flip, no good. And it was touched last by St. John's. Kolek had it. Looked like he was out of bounds, but touched last by St. John's on the baseline.
Boy, this is amazing how aggressively St. John's goes through that offensive glass. But to Marquette's credit, for the most part in the second half, they've done a lot better job of getting bodies in front and trying to box out.
Kolek into the paint. That's a play that worked really well early on in the second half. Ledlum stayed home that time, and Ledlum gets the steal. Ledlum into the corner. Naheem Aline for 3. Got a nice bounce.
Wow, that's 12 made threes now in this game for St. John's. And that came off of Chris Ledlum with active hands against David Joplin, putting it on the floor, which is not his strength.
Again, 15 last time out against DePaul. That was a Big East Conference game record for St. John's. And the whirling dervish that is Tyler Kolek strikes again.
He's so good when he can get to that painted area. But as we said earlier, he's got to continue to be aggressive, hunting his shots. And then when he finds 2, that's good. 2 guys on him, because now you can find guys wide open, as we've seen him do consistently throughout this game.
20 for Kolek, 15 of those in the second half. Jenkins to Ledlum for 3. A rare miss, but another offensive rebound.
15 offensive rebounds now in this game for St. John's.
There's a 3. Jenkins off a mark. Corralled by Chase Ross.
Jeff, that was a settle. Whenever your guards get those big guys out there, they've got to put that basketball on the floor and get to the deck. Get to the painted area.
Joplin now for 3. And Gold taps it out to Kolek. Great play by Gold. Into the corner for Ross for 3. Got it!
It's a really nice inside screen by Oso Ighodaro to free up the shooter.
Ledlum trying to answer. Strong rebound, Ighodaro. Kolek with a double-double, 10 assists, 20 points. And Ross got held. Lewis gets the foul. First to lean on the other side for St. John's. And that leads to Tyler Kolek doing his thing.
He's just so good. He jumps off the wrong leg at times to get that lefty up, and it puts the big in an awkward position because you can't get off the ground in time because you aren't able to anticipate it, and then able to find a wide open shooter in the left corner. Tyler Kolek doing a little everything here in the second half.
Cam Jones trying to get in the paint. Jones falls away. Taps it out. Gold double tap out to Kolek, and now it's Jenkins on the breakaway. had everything they wanted there. The double tap. Unfortunately, Jenkins, right man, right place. Iguodaro on the take. Oh, so good.
Coming out of that little elbow handoff action that we talked about, the big was anticipating that he was going to pitch it, didn't, turn the corner, and dunked that one right over the top. That was impressive.
Got a bump by Ben Gold. That's his second. Takes us to a timeout. Iguodaro showing off his leaping abilities.
Folks, the ball screen, a handoff up to
14-10 in the second half. An offensive rebound, 4 apiece, and shooting the 3 much better in the second half as well. 7 out of 12. And
Tyler Kolek has been absolutely aggressive here in the second half. 15 of his 20 points have come here in the second half.
Inside edge of 4, had it knocked away. It'll stay with the Johnnies.
Tell you what, I didn't think St. John's would be able to hang in there without an active Joel Soriano, but Danis Jenkins has been fabulous here in the second half. In the first half, R.J. Lewis was terrific with 11. And so they've been able to somehow, with their three-point shooting, offensive rebounding, keep themselves in the game without their best player scoring.
Lewis went right at Gold, and Gold stood tall. Forced a tough shot. Marquette, their largest lead is 4 in the game. Kolek finds Gold, whip it around to Mitchell for a reset.
Kolek should drive this one.
Into the corner, Ross pulled it down. 8 to shoot. Mitchell had it altered by edge of 4, trying to keep it alive, and does to Ross. What a play by Mitchell.
Middle ball screen, but Iguodaro has been really good for Marquette.
There's Kolek for 3, short. Slight force from Kolek, but he's had the hot hand. Now Lewis on the other end, too strong, got his own rebound. And Lewis up and under.
What a finish.
Showing off his athleticism all night. 13 for Lewis. Body's falling on the ground. It's going to stay with Marquette with 16 on the clock. When you know your shot's not going to go, what do? You follow it.
You go right after it, and R.J. Lewis doing a terrific job of attacking. And how about the ability to hang in the air and scoop that one with the offhand? That was Michael Jordan-esque.
Soriano back on the floor for St. John's. Been almost a non-factor in this game. Just 2 points, 3 shot attempts. That's it. Goal and bad pass. He was looking for Joplin underneath. Threw it right into 2 Johnnies.
That was a really good stunt by Conway, number 30 in red.
And Kolek there to intercept the pass intended for Soriano. To foul on Soriano. That is number 4.
Wow. Look for edgier 4 to come right back in. That was a really good pass underneath, but that's a high IQ Kolek, knowing where the next pass is going to be, and plugs it beautifully. And able to draw the 4th foul on Soriano, who's had 0 impact on this game.
Short-lived stretch on the floor for Soriano.
It's what happens sometimes when you're big, especially if you get in foul trouble. It's hard to really get into a rhythm, especially when you're not touching it often on the offensive end.
Well, that's what happened to Lewis last game against DePaul, right?
Yes.
Just 9 minutes, 4 fouls, 2 points. Now it's Soriano taking that script. He knocked 15 threes through against DePaul last time out earlier in the week. 11 different players scored. Kolek driving. Kolek hangs and hits.
They were getting ready to run that middle ball screen to Iguodaro, and Iguodaro slipped it, and that's what gave Kolek the angle to be able to get to the basket.
Jenkins was shut down by Iguodaro on that drive. Tipped away. Mitchell's got it. Stevie Mitchell.
The best on-ball defender in a gold uniform. Ledlum's got a mismatch inside. I thought they should have taken advantage of it. That far off the block. Advantage Marquette.
Jenkins from the free throw line hits the deuce.
Beautiful cut by Danis Jenkins.
Marquette faithful have a seat. They were on their feet there for a while. Kolek on edge of 4. Finds Mitchell. What a cut. The vision from Tyler Kolek, 11 assists.
What a smart play by Stevie Mitchell. Whenever you see that basketball going in the painted area, if you can make a 45-degree angle cut, you should be wide open, and wide open indeed he was.
Ledlum spinning and hits.
That's the second time now in 2 possessions that Tyler Kolek ended up on Ledlum, and that's what he should have done the first time, but able to use that big body of his with the spin move to get that one up and in.
Ledlum now in double figures. Kolek penetrating into the corner, tap right back to him. Now Jones passes up the 3, takes it now. Couldn't get it. We'll get a foul. It'll be on Marquette. Iguodaro trying to box out. Bodies falling all over the place, and we are in the final game. And 10 assists a game during this 6-game winning streak, and they're 347 and counting away from making it 7 straight wins. But St. John's, they've been draining threes. 12 made threes in this contest, just 4 in the second half, though.
All of a sudden that percentage is starting to drop, and oftentimes you can kind of come back to your level. They've got to try to get into the painted area like that.
And they missed the bunny. Good opportunity from Aline. It's Marquette basketball. Aline was right there but missed the shot.
And when you're on the road, you can ill afford to miss any easy opportunities, especially under 4 with being down 2. Every possession becomes extremely valuable.
Feels as if that's been the story of the season for St. John's. 1 or 2 possessions.
Yeah.
Instead of being 6-6 in the Big East, it could be 8-4. Kolek with the speed advantage. Soriano couldn't keep up with him. Kolek with the emotion.
Yeah, anytime he looks up and sees any of the bigs guarding him after a switch, he is driving it to his left hand, and he's been absolutely terrific in that phase of the game. Ball's got to find Danis Jenkins.
Ledlum on the take, and couldn't hit the shot again. And a late whistle to go against St. John's. Boy, those bunnies are not falling for St. John's on this end of the floor.
2 point-blank range misses. This would be a tie ball game if they would have made them. I mean, look at this, folks. A nice little rip here and drive by Ledlum, able to draw a little contact. That ball hit almost every part of the rim. And that's been the story for St. John's here the last 2 possessions. Got to get a stop here.
Iguodaro, some good hands to catch that one, and he uses the window. Largest lead of the game for Marquette.
Danis Jenkins, number 5 in red. Once that ball gets over half court, he's got to get that basketball and become a playmaker. Look for his own shot, and if he draws 2, try to make a dish to someone else.
Looked like Jay Crowder wanted to play some defense.
He's so good at it. Love it.
Jenkins hits the shot.
Yes. Every time down the floor, number 5 in red's got to touch the basketball.
Full court pressure from St. John's, easily broken by Marquette.
If I'm St. John's, I wouldn't let Kolek catch the basketball. I'd play 4-on-4 on the other side. He's been so good. Yeah, don't let him get it back.
Aline is on him. UConn transfer. Iguodaro goes against Soriano. Backdoor cut. Mitchell. He'll go to the line. Fouled by Lewis. There's luxury to have Iguodaro and his passing abilities.
Yeah, and that's just it. They have 2 playmakers on the floor. You take it out of Kolek's hand, now you put in Iguodaro, your second best playmaker. But I love when that basketball gets into the paint for Marquette. They guys don't just stand, they cut. And what a beautiful read backdoor by Stevie Mitchell. And a nice pass underneath by Iguodaro.
Hits the first. He's 69% from the free throw line. That was just the 10th attempt in the game for Marquette.
And I think he's played a big part in this big run that Marquette's had. Only one double-digit scoring game in his first 9, but 5 in his last 9. 6 points per game in non-con, 10 points per game in Big East. He's been terrific.
All since he missed 4 games with the hamstring injuries when that scoring production went up. Jenkins, straight line cut, no whistle. Joplin with a rebound. Up ahead, Ross running the floor.
Healthy at the right time.
Well, the thing is, right now, you're down by 8, and Davis Jenkins is not on the floor. He is on the bench. Rick Pitino was fired up and talking to him on the bench. Top scorer not on the floor right now, and a turnover for St. John's.
And I was just getting ready to say, I would not make that move to have my best player on the bench in crunch time situation, because with the way Coach Pitino is able to turn you over, even with a minute, at that time, minute 15 in the game, you're still in it. You still got an opportunity. But I think he's upset with him because he felt that instead of sprinting back, he was jawing with the referees, and he's trying to make a statement there. So I can totally understand where Coach Pitino's coming from.
Bleeding that clock. Kolek initiates. Kolek for 3. Dagger!
That's a bad dude right there.
And a whistle on the baseline. 27 from Tyler Kolek over Soriano. The Stones from the Rhode Island native.
He's a bad dude. Every time he's seen them switch with their 5-man, he's been ultra aggressive, and he's been able to get into the lane, and that one just a dagger, understanding time and score, and knocks down another 3. What has it Tyler Kolek done in this game? 22 of his 27 points here in the second half. He's been big time for Marquette.
Incredible effort for the Golden Eagles, who trailed by as many as 15 in this game. Ledlum lets it fly. Soriano's tip in, no good. Boy, is that the story of the second half for St. John's.
Especially the last 4 minutes of this game.
Wow. Get the foul on Dingle. Think about where St. John's was, leading by as many as 15, 2:33 to go in the first half. But this Marquette team, they started flying with Tyler Kolek in half number 2.
Indeed, and I got to give Marquette a lot of credit. They shored up 2 areas that really hurt them in the first half. They gave up way too many offensive rebounds. They were intent on blocking guys out, and they did a great job in that area. And then secondly, I think St. John's came back down to earth with their 3-point shooting on their 4 made threes here in the second half.
Incredible win on National Marquette Day in Milwaukee as the Golden Eagles come away with an 11-point victory over St. John's.